Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. I can barely talk and half my face doesn't work because I'm just back from the dentist, which is why this video is a little bit late. I said I'd leave me on screen just for your amusement. I don't know, hopefully it won't be like traumatic memories of the dentist and whatnot. And you can enjoy the video. If I just cover this half, I'll probably look normal. And I won't well, if I just cover this half, it probably looks very weird. I don't know. Anyway, we have the fragment fusion not fragment, the fusion calendar for Granyt Doorkeep here. It's interesting. He's very controversial as a fusion. I'm going to be breaking down the events and stuff here in this video. Personally, I think he's a phenomenal progression legendary, but I'm certainly not convinced as to how useful he will be endgame. He's certainly viable endgame. Like, I'll probably run into him a few times in arena. Might even lose to him a few times in arena. But he's not going to be top tier endgame. But my gosh, he brings so many buffs and debuffs. Welcome to 2025 in Raid Shadow Legends. Like, they're going to run out of stuff. Are they just going to add, like, super decreased defense? A third tier? Like, what are they going to do in the future to make better champs? I don't know. Anyway, let's take a look at this fusion calendar. So as we can see, there are 16 of the rares, and then we've got one extra copy of the epic. If you get this epic here, this is optional, or well, I guess you could say the option is you could get 16 rares and skip the epic. You get the epic, you could skip 4 rares. You could get the epic and pick up, what, 13 rares, so you got one copy of the rare for yourself. You can't empower rares, so no reason to get extra. You could fuse them with the 16 rares and then keep the copy of the epic. I'm actually not sure how good she is. She is a damage dealer. I think she's going to be solid, right? She's got AoE crowd control. It's not super reliable. Brings increased attack for your team, which is always useful. She does have an amazing passive, and her A2 is potentially extremely good, but I haven't actually seen any gameplay testing of her. So I don't know yet if I could recommend her. What I will do, I will try to get on it. I was really sick last week, so I really couldn't do much. I'm better now. I just have a numb quarter face. But I'm pretty much better, so I'm back on track for this week. And by the way, we'll be back on track for... I don't have the game open. Hang on a second. Hit play. We'll be back on track for the CVC stream tomorrow. So I'll see you guys for that. I'll have a fully working face. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. So yeah, she is optional. Let's look at the summon events first, because they are the big ones. And now this is where it is interesting. We've got the Champion Chase tournament down here. It's doing Plarium stuff. It's popping things up. So let's go to this, and then go to her. And then we come over here, off the screen, and we come to the champion. It doesn't really work if the line goes off the screen. Hang on a second. And then we come over here like this. So, looking ahead to the champion chase, I think it's going to be 2x, and let's put it in blue, ancients. I think is what it's going to be. I'm not 100% sure, but that is, I believe, what we are due. We just had 2x voids. We had 2x Sacreds during Donatello. It should be 2x Ancients, which makes it very easy. That's the easiest 2x Champion Chase event to do, which is great. You can also, of course, fuse your rares, and you should fuse your rares into the epic during the Champion Chase tournament. Either this will help you do it much easier, or, well, either way, it will help you do it much more easily. But they might, because they have in the past, inflate the points, make this champion chase harder than it usually is, expecting you to make up those extra points by fusing the rares into the epic. Alternatively, they might make it just normal, and fusing the rares into the epic is just, hey, good job, you play the game well, this is your reward, it's a bit easier. It depends what they do. Hope for the best, but expect the worst, right? So go in prepared, save your rares, diffuse the epic during the champion chase. It's 2x Ancients. It should be very easy. Very, very easy, which means I don't think that you will really need to go hard for her in the summon rush. Like this, seeing as we've got the double in here, I'd be guessing... Oh, sorry, let's go to... I would guess maybe 5 5 sacreds for this, and maybe, let's say 8 for this. It might be a bit lower. They could do like 3 and 6, right? Donatello is very cheap, his summon rush. If they did it the same, it could be 3 for the. I don't think they'll do that, or it could be 4 sacreds for the rare and 6 for her. I don't know. Let's say something like 5 and 6. It could be 5 and 10, 7 and 10. It's hard exactly to know until it actually goes live. There's just no way to prepare. But I think that you can lowball it, and I think you can actually do this fusion very, very cheap in terms of shards and have it not be too bad, right? This is the big question that's on everyone's mind. Well, I'm not everyone, certainly on my mind. Is it worth going for Granyt when I can be saving resources for Leonardo? If there is a Leonardo path, because I think Leonardo, out of all of the turtles and Granyt and everything that's coming out recently, Leonardo is the champion to get. He's got such an insane A3, insane passive, and like he's just going to be really annoying to fight. I'll tell you that right now. With Lightning Cage, with unkillable buff, Stone Skin, and he hits really hard, counter attack on him as well. He's going to be really annoying to deal with, and he's very good. Leonardo is the champ to get. You can probably do this fusion pretty low cost. The summon rush, if it's only 5 sacreds, not too bad. If it's less than that, even more not too bad. Skip the epic. 2x ancients, very easy and not going to have much impact on your ability to get Leonardo, honestly, because ancients outside of 2x ancients are kind of shit. Let's be real. Shard-wise, it's actually not very intensive at all, is my thought. So that's why it looks to me in terms of shards. Looks pretty good for me. I'm probably not going to do this summon rush. Yeah, Hilda, she might be cool as sort of similar to Granyt, actually, in a lot of ways. It's actually, I think it's very interesting, the theme that they've done. So you've got Glade Wolf with a, 4-turn cooldown, not super reliable AoE, but like Faction Wars MVP. He's a great rare. And it's well worth getting a copy of the rare. If you can't get the fusion, definitely get the rare. And get the epic as well. Should be great for Faction Wars. But Glade Wolf comes in like 4-turn cooldown, not 100% reliable, crowd control. She's got 4-turn cooldown, not 100% reliable, crowd control. But she also brings buffs for your team. Damage boost, increase attack. And then Granyt, he doesn't have the crowd control, but he's got bunch of buffs for your team, right? He's really like a damage dealer with buffs, kind of like her. So there's sort of a theme which sort of goes through, I don't know, a progression from the rare to the epic to the legendary, which I don't know if they've done it before. I never noticed, but I did notice with this one. I thought it was kind of intriguing anyway, how they sort of fit together. Like I said, I'm probably going to skip the higher part of the summon rush. Like, she is cool, but at the end of the day, she is just an epic. If you've got excess shards, might be worth getting a copy for her, especially if you're stuck in Dwarf Faction Crypts, though she is very squishy. But she could be a cool little damage dealer for most people, but just might be expensive to get. So that's sort of what I'm looking at there. Let's just blitz some of this out a bit more quickly so we can get it done. So gear enhancement, you're looking at about 10 to 15 million for each one, and there's 3 of them. Let's say about 10 million. 10M, say about 10M. And you can have extra to be safe. I think with free gear removal being permanent now, hopefully you've got a bit more silver. We will see if they start increasing the cost of these events. I hope they don't. But yeah, that would be roughly what I'd be preparing for. At least 10 million silver saved up in advance of each one going into it, which should be pretty interesting. Dude, I've only seen this now. Oh, they've actually done it. Holy crap. Dungeon Divers has actually, finally, been renamed. It's now Gear Hunters. They changed Artifact Enhancement to Gear Enhancement because they thought it was confusing. They have actually changed Dungeon Divers to Gear Hunters. I can't believe it. There you go. So it's Dungeon Divers. Earn event points by looting artifacts from dungeons and campaigns. They've also improved this. I mean, Plarium, fair play. This is such a small thing, but it actually makes an impact. There was always those comments, right, of why is it called Dungeon Divers? Make it include all the dungeons. So they've made it more clear. Fair play. Now it's Gear Hunters, and now they specify that's from dungeons and campaigns. Because again, it was a bit confusing before. It's like, get artifacts. Well, I got artifacts from the forge. That's getting artifacts. I got them. I didn't have them before. I got them. Doesn't count. Annoying. Dungeons and campaign only. So it's much more clear. But yeah, they've actually renamed it. Should have opened with that. I didn't notice it. That is crazy. These are tough. They're also pretty short. These are short duration Gear Hunter. I kind of have to get used to it. I'm kind of miss saying Dungeon Divers. What they should do is bring back Dungeon Divers as a name for a new type of tournament or event to really make things confusing. Yeah, 3 of those Gear Hunters, they are the really tough thing. It's very simply just a huge energy sink, and you've got a fairly short time to do it. Let's go in with green to match up with that. So Fire Knight and Gear Hunters 1, oh, it's kind of so weird, overlaps perfectly. Dragon, you might do some of it, but it overlaps better here with Gear Hunters here. But then it ends over here. Now, Ice Golem, bit of a gap. And like this, okay? So Ice Golem comes in like this. And then Spider takes over. It's going to be more straightforward maybe than it seems, actually, looking at it here. So you start off day 1. Get into Fire Knight. There is no other use for your energy apart from this Gear Hunter. So get Fire Knight done. It's a pretty slow dungeon to run. Like even speed runs are, well, for me, about a minute. I guess if you've got Siegfried, you can probably like one-shot the boss through the shield or something stupid. But I don't know. I haven't looked at speed runs of, I don't know. Do you guys ever look at Siegfried? I've looked at a couple of Siegfried speed runs and was like, okay, I get it now. And there's loads of them, but I haven't watched them all because I'm like, they're all the same. But yeah, that's fine. Do Fire Knight. It's a bit slow. Switch to Spider or something. Do it quickly then to just blitz it out. Get Gear Hunters done. But you've got your energy. You've got your timer. Make sure you're doing enough each day. Straightforward enough to start things off. With the Dragon Tournament, let's switch to a teal over here. I would go into Champion Training first and then sort of finish it off over here. So start into the Champion Training first on Thursday, Friday. If you can do Dragon quickly, great. If you can do Dragon with food, great. You can do both at the same time. But Dragon becomes a bit more valuable when Gear Hunters 2 begins. Gear Hunters 2 is the most awkward one because you get a little bit of Dragon overlapping. So patient on your Dragon, leave a good chunk until the weekend. Saturday, leave it till Saturday. Dragon probably ends around like 9 a.m. on Sunday or something, so not so good. If you're going to be busy on Saturday, maybe just get Dragon done early. But definitely watch out for Gear Hunters 2 could be really rough. If you're busy on the weekend, you're going to have a tough time, yeah? It's going to be a massive grind on the Monday. It's going to be horrible. And it probably, like I said, ends at about 9 a.m. on Tuesday if you're based in Europe, like I am. Actually, I don't know. What will that be in the States? You guys are behind, so does that mean it's later in the day for you or earlier? I think it's earlier in the day. I don't know, I'm confused. Let's not think about that live on camera. That's a terrible idea. As bad as doing maths live on camera, you always get it wrong and panic because you're trying to think about talking instead. Anyway, yeah, Gear Hunters 2 overlaps a little bit with Ice Golem. Do that on Monday. Ice Golem probably starts again for Europe at the start of Monday, so should be fairly okay. You should get a solid day of overlap between Ice Golem and Gear Hunters 2, but it is a bit of an awkward one over the weekend. Just try get it done. Gear Hunters 3 is really not too bad because it overlaps with Spider. I wouldn't be too bothered about overlapping the end of Ice Golem with Gear Hunters 3. You can do it, but I'd be probably trying to go pretty hard on the Monday with Ice Golem. Just get it done, and I probably just finish Ice Golem my energy on the Tuesday, right? You can overlap it with Gear Hunters 3, but I think it's not too important because Spider is so fast. You can grind out the Spider, get it done. It should be fine. Okay, let's knock out one other easy one. Let's go purple. It's a slightly, sorry, we've already used that color. Let's go just a dark blue because whatever. Classic Arena, we've got 2 of them. Very straightforward, no big deal. Just do your Classic Arena. If you're in silver, it's pretty easy. If you're in gold, it's basically for free. Fine, no problem there. Now, let's go to a dark green for Champion Training. That's the bigger one. Sorry, we've used a light blue for it. We've got one Champion Training tournament in there already. Now, the Champion Training event down here, a couple of points with this. Yeah, you can sort of go for this at any point here. And you can definitely go for it at the end. Now, one thing I would say, let's actually get this yellow thing and bring it up here as well. Fuse it. You can save up brews and chickens and power level your rares into the epic, and then power level the epic again using your brews and using your chickens, and you can get some very fast champion training points here. In fact, I should say, make that more clear. Let's have it be over here. Over here at this point, right? That's what I would do. That is what I would do. So you don't need to level your Glade Wolves up until Champion Chase Tournament begins, right? And then you come in, power level the Glade Wolves, rank them up, fuse the epics, power level the epics, have them ready to fuse the legendary, do all of that when the Champion Chase Tournament begins. So you're getting your Champion Chase points from fusing the epic, and you're getting your champion training points from power leveling all that stuff with brews and chickens and resources that you've stockpiled. And that will help you with both of them. And then sort of do your champion training whenever you're done. Against Spider, so quick to farm. Shouldn't be a problem. You'll be done that very quickly in terms of time, and then you can focus a bit more on the champion training event. So that would be my thoughts on that. So yeah, I think the fusion, I think like Gear Hunters 2 looks like the trickiest thing. But other than that, it's not terrible. I mean, it's a bit energy intensive at the end as well, with champion training overlapping with the spider. That's energy intensive, and champion training overlapping with dragon. That's a bit energy intensive as well. But they're sort of the two pinch points of the event, I would say. The summon events, or if it is 2x ancients, should be very easy. We'll see. We have to just hope that this rare from the summon rush is cheap. I mean, he is only a rare, so it should only be 4 or 5 sacreds. Might be 4. Like if it's 4 sacreds, it's really not too bad. And yeah, I mean, effectively, yeah, it's not bad really. So I think this is looking, hopefully, fingers crossed, everyone. The events will be cheap, particularly the summon ones, and the Gear Hunters, hopefully not too bad. Shouldn't be too bad. I'm feeling reasonably confident that I can get Granyt without putting Leo in danger. But again, if you are very concerned about having enough resources for potentially trying to get Leonardo, I think you could look to skip Granyt. Though if you're early in the game, he's really, really good. Like, he brings a lot of buffs for your team and debuffs for the enemy team that are very helpful for progressing in the game basically everywhere. So I wouldn't be too keen to skip him. I do think he's a good champion, but he's not a must-get champion. So you know your account better than me, and maybe you want to break from fusions, whatever. It's totally up to you. But I think he's pretty solid. The rare is very solid as well for a rare. You're not going to use him too much because he is only a rare, but he is a very good rare. So anywhere where you need a rare or you're struggling to build a roster, like Sylvan Limited Rooms, Secret Rooms, whatever, in Doom Tower, Curse City stages, this rare Wolf is very good. And I expect Hilda to be decent as well, depending on how strong her passive is. It could be very, very nice because her passive looks really good. So there you go. That is that. Again, finally, what color will we use? Let's go for, I was going to say hot. We've already used pink. How many colors? We've run out of colors. There's no orange. We've not used orange. We've CVC, and it is personal rewards. So I'll be doing a big old stream for that tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday. And then, of course, we've got, this is Siege, which is not, has no impact on this, though. If you're a clan leader, that's kind of a bit rough. I mean, it's actually kind of a low point in terms of the fusion. There's not much going on, so it's fine. If you're really busy doing Siege because you're a clan leader trying to organize everything, or you're whatever, the Siege captain for your clan, at least it's a low point in the fusion. But that's it. That's where we are. That's what's going on. I think it looks reasonable enough. And yeah, that's me. Guys, let me know what you're thinking. Again, so I didn't have much time, obviously, because I was not, I was gonna say strapped down, being drilled. But that sounds like that was my dream last night. Not what? No. So I was at the dentist, so didn't have any time to sort of go over this. So you got to see me react to Gear Hunters live, which was fun. But yeah, hopefully we've covered everything. We've not missed anything. I suppose we should say, in terms of the Ancients, I don't know, I would have at least 50 saved. I think that's a good rough estimate for the Ancients. But it might be more, it might be less. It sort of depends a bit on your luck. Depends on any permanent fusions you have. One thing that's worth saying, these are void rares. like there's nowhere in here to really. Might pull some void shards for summon rush, but you definitely cannot rely on getting copies of. There's just so many void rares and epics in the game. I would not rely on pulling any extra copies to skip and make the fusion easier. So yeah, that's sort of that. Guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all next time. Goodbye.